chaotic session, chaotic life. I think I need to label things more. I have absolutely no idea how to film these. I'm gonna ramble and just talk shit. I'm putting my techniques and my ideas out there into the world. If you're gonna buy from a charity shop, you need to donate to the charity shop. And the best way to do this, I think, is just go through it and talk about like my favourite parts, I guess, or parts that I struggled with as well. Or should I play out a wee snippet, like intro music? Yeah. A big thing for me is drums, I guess. I'm obsessed with drums, like, and beats. So, I mean, you've got one layer of drums there. These are, look at the state of this, by the way. I'm completely exposing how disgusting my sessions are. Like, look at the state of that. I've got lots going on here. Like, I'm already getting lost. We've got, I had just these drums, and then I was like, it needs more. So, last minute, got Robert to add some, and then this is what it sounds like, kind of added in. It's just so much fuller. Such a difference. I just thought when it was only electronic, there was something really missing. Like, I guess I can show you if I take out the live drums, you know. Like, there's something awful missing there. I struggled so much with this track, like, and that's why I was stuck on it for so long, and I'd have to take a week off to come back and be like, what is missing, like, why can't I get it right? It was just lifeless at certain points. Like, that is so lifeless, but it sounded like that for ages, and then I was like, fucking, I'll get more drums, and to me that's just so different. Got the hats, like, it's real life, and that's something I'm learning a lot about just now, is like, don't strip a track of its life in terms of like the finesse of the sound, finesse and everything. And I needed, like, Charlotte and Karen, people I went to for advice, like, it's missing life, and yeah, I can definitely be guilty of that. So towards the very end of the track, when I was listening to it, like, I've stripped this of all its life, it sounds robotic. We were like, right, let's add real drums, so it lifted it right up. And then also I added in vocals last minute as well, so then this is what it sounded like without the extra backing vocals. Again, lifeless. So I'm going to take out the live drums and the backing vocals that I added at the very, like, towards the very end of making this, and this is what it sounded like for ages, like, until like the last 2 weeks of making it. It sounded like this, and I was going crazy because it sounded lifeless. I thought you wanted me to dead and amateur and weak, limp, lifeless. So that was a huge difference, and that's just asking people for help. And it turns out you just need to add actual human proof of any human type of recording. Mad. Like, it is mad how much that changes it. Again, talking about adding that life back in, like, these vocals that I recorded, they have not got autotune on them. What? They've not got autotune on them? Maybe they do. No, and I look completely not autotune. It's like, whew, I don't do that. I do not. Like, that is... So I've got them panned hard, like the non-auto-tuned vocals, last minute vocals, harmonies are panned hard. So you've got that life right there in your ears. Again, the hi-hats that have been quantized, but they still have a little bit of velocity, panned hard, so that there's life right there on top of all the finessed shit. Big thing in this song. It's a very important element. The amount of times I'd changed the volume of the flute in this tune, like I can't. Every day I was like, oh, it should be louder every day, and then the next day, that's fucking blaring. Like, what was I thinking yesterday? Day after, needs more flute. Like, it just needs more flute. And it's simply that. What can I say? Couldn't get the volume right. It was so funny, and I'd show it to Karen, be like, right, this is my progress. She's like, Bethany, like, fuck's sake, turn the flute down. The next week, it's like, can't really hear the flute. Like, oh, that has been edited to fuck. Let me tell you. I guess let's see what it sounds like without all of this shit on it. Beautiful. Karen Miller, everyone. She's able to just pick anything up and play it well after like 10 minutes. I went off and made a cup of tea. She was like, just give me time. And then was able to like, it's so good. The actual audio itself had been edited. A lot of tuning on that. That is a £20, maybe even a tenner tin whistle. Like, in it, I've made it sound like it's probably played on like an actual good instrument. Why a good player? No offense, Karen. So yeah, edited that to fuck. It's beautiful. I had at points more distortion on it. Karen wasn't really vibing with it. I was basically experimenting with having it not sound like a flute, like or like a tin whistle. But we decided again I was taking too much life out of it, so we turned some of the effects off and have it sounding more like a true instrument. Rein it in, Bethany. Say, for argument's sake, the flute was louder in the mix. I'm still not convinced it was loud enough, and the final thing, I sometimes wish it was louder. Do you know what, if I had it my way, fucking there would be no vocals and only flute. Here we go. That's what we want. Anyway, enough about the flute. One of my biggest pet peeves as a producer that's coming from a singer-songwriter background is productions that are all this fancy shit going on the instrumental, such finessing and such perfection, and such a synthetic electronic feel in the instrumental, and then they slap a vocal on top that they've not even given any thought to. Finesse your vocals, come on. That is auto-tuned to fuck, because if it wasn't, then it would sound like so weird on top of an otherwise completely synthetic sounding track. So that needs auto-tune. It needs, to me, you're making your vocals almost like mimic like a synth. But as I was saying earlier, like, you can edit the life out of a track. So I think a good balance is like some untouched vocals in there, but mainly, you know, you're wanting to finesse it, quantize your vocals. Another thing I'm very fussy about is making sure that all the mouth sounds are happening at the same time. You don't want to be hearing it at the end of, say, the word sit. Don't know if you can kind of see that there, but half the time I just like get rid of what's the word I'm looking for? S sound in speaking. What's that called? Sibilancy or Celibacy. Oh. No, that's not right. Sibilant. Sibilant. Meaning celibacy? Is that not a thing? No, it must not be. Sibilant speech sounds. Right, okay, not celibacy, that's something very different. Sibilant, character of making a hissing sound. That's only for S's. I forget what it's called if it's other letters. Basically, like consonant sounds all need to happen at the same time. It's very important that they happen at the same time. And half the time, as I was saying, I just mute any harsh ones in the all harmonies, because you only really need to hear it in the main vocal, in my opinion. So, like, for example, if I mute the main vocal, wake up, it's like wake up, wake up. The background vocals will sound like like free swimming chorus, for example, it would be like there's not really any need for all those mouth sounds to be in the backing vocals, in my opinion. It depends what you're going for, obviously, but for, again, this kind of synthetic polished sound, there's no need. Or I'll have it in some tracks, but not all. I'll like cut it out, so it's just, and again, it's for a volume and condensing point of view. You can you can put de-essers and all that on, but you're gonna save yourself a lot of volume. Peaks, the stress of trying to tame all these vocal peaks and volume. If you cut out half the t in this anyway, just get rid of it. Don't put a de-esser on. Just get rid of it, or do both. I do both. I'm very particular about like the rhythm of my singing. It has to be just as tight as a drum beat would be. It came from like getting pissed off that I had to edit my vocals because it was annoying me. Because I'm a perfectionist listening back to it as a producer, but I wasn't a perfectionist when I was singing it. So it was annoying me for one track that I had to go through and put cup, wake up, cup for the low harmony, the mid harmony, the high harmony, the main vocal, the texture vocal. Oh fuck! The cup is a different bit. It's not on the beat, and I have to go and edit that manually. So the next time go in the booth, strategic. I'm like, right, I have to say wake up on beat 3. Like, make sure that I'm doing that for every vocal take, every harmony, so that when you're stacking it, there's less work in the production stage. It's just things that I've learned from myself doing the jobs. I don't like any of this, like, the end of the words kind of creeping over that beat. It's all adds to making a polished production. That's a harsh stop there. Like, ooh, I don't think I faded them. Whoa. I want that to stop there. It's like if it's like a live band, you want the crisp. It's the same in production. You need to chop up your files, get it all choppy, get it all precise. I might just keep the vocals off for a bit because you've heard them kind of isolated now. Another fun part of the track, the first half of the chorus is small. That's small. And then we're building up to this climax in the second half of the chorus. The chorus is in 2 halves. Reverbs are opening up. New elements, new ideas. So warm and fuzzy. I feel like how it sounds like with my vocals as well, that part. visually, I purely love that moment. I think it's very pretty. It's, to me, it goes real melancholy. Like, I guess it gets quite minory. It's probably minory is the theory, the technical term. At that bit, and that it brings a real tragedy to an otherwise quite pleasant, playful song. This whole bit is all bouncy, and it's a bit like, it's like edgy, and it's not necessarily like only edgy and happy and bouncy. Like, it's definitely got a kind of undertone there. It never goes fully happy, but I think the tragedy in the tune, which is like, again, it's about like not wanting to come down from whatever it is that we're coming down from, and that's the real tragedy. Like, fuck my responsibilities, fuck my life. Is this. Quite tragic. That's the sad bit of this song. Yeah, I realise I'm not really going into like, yeah, I did it at this kilohertz, and kilohertz, is that fucking even right? I did it at this decibel and this EQ here. But I don't know. I feel like I come at production from quite a like compositional songwriting point of view, so, and all the shit that's going on here, that's all guessed and made up, man. Like, fucking guesses, like fucking around with stuff until it sounds good is what's happening here. I'm thinking of it as a song when I'm producing it, you know what I mean? So if that's kind of a video you're looking for, but I'm like, yeah man, I mean, I suppose I should probably talk about EQs and shit, but I'm a harsh EQer. That's something I learned in uni. Harsh, it's just about letting shit shine in the mix. Shit shine in the mix. When it comes to EQing my vocals, I hate EQing my vocals. It's a mess. Look at that. It's just like, actually, that's, if anyone wants to help me with mixing vocals, you're more than welcome, because that's the thing I struggle with most. See this section right here, and then probably this section. Wake up. Those two sections of the song, like, I just want to express how hard it is to climax, like, in production. So hard to get the climax. I can't even remember how I did it, but I was like, I'm struggling, like, I can't do it, I don't know how to get it to build, and I think Karen ended up taking it off me and adding last minute recent things, so like adding this even into the chorus. Imagine it, that wasn't there. Like, such a difference. Imagine. Disgusting. This didn't used to be here. On the second chorus, right? This is a big pad. She added in bass as well. Where is it? This pad here. Never used to be there. Another big thing, it was this vocal. Without that, the chorus sounds weirdly just shit. Like the second chorus. So it's the tiniest things. So empty. Then you add them back in, and it's like all good again. I feel like I've rambled on enough. I don't know, basically this is the chaos that is my life. If you actually made it to the end of this, then message me and I'll give you a reward.